What's going on, guys? It's Jeff, back here over on some more Battlefront 2. It is currently Saturday the 24th, and in yesterday's video that went up, it was recorded on Thursday night, they had yet to actually crest over the record player count over on Steam. Then as I was editing that video, I looked over and saw that they had actually broken it yesterday. But now that we're over here on Saturday, 326 eliminations! Jeff, is that you? How do you even find me at the bottom over here? Currently, at the moment, Star Wars Battlefront 2 has broken its record, almost doubled that record going into today. So previously, they broke that record by over 1,000 players, almost 2,000 players. Now it's over almost 8,000 players over that last record. So I was saying, dude, the weekend coming up, I don't even think this is the peak. I think we got one more peak. We got tonight, and then we also have tomorrow. A lot of people stay up late. A lot more people log on the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, especially Sunday night. A lot of people play on Sunday nights, trying to hang on to the last bit of their weekend before they inevitably got to go to work or school or whatever. Also, I had some people tagging me and trying to credit me with like the resurgence of stuff. I started playing after the resurgence had already started. It's an entire like group effort. I never even would have gotten back on this if I didn't like know about the initial resurgence that it was having. I was at least a couple weeks late. Now I'm here at the peak of it at the moment, but I don't think the peak is done. So don't give me credit for it. It was an entire group effort by I don't know how many people, content creators and community all alike. Plus, I don't want credit for any kind of having a game do well or not, cause dude, the amount of guilt I feel every single time I see one of those mods that come out for the old Call of Duties, for example, I'm afraid to even mention them by name because it feels like every single thing that I mention when it comes to mods for Call of Duty anyway, if I make a video on it, it's gonna be shut down within a couple weeks. I can almost guarantee. Every single time. Cease and desist every single time. Oh, also, I saw some people telling me that I need to go and use this toughen up skill instead of that stupid recon thing that I was using. And they're right, yeah, this is definitely better. So I got it all upgraded up to purple. The one thing I'm seeing discussed a lot, does anyone genuinely think that Battlefront 3 will come out of this just because it's breaking Steam record numbers? The reason that we keep bringing up Steam, by the way, and it's been posted by like some pretty big accounts like Discussing Films and I think Pop Crave as well, like really big like news accounts are covering this game and saying game is seeing a resurgence, all this other shit. And a lot of people are looking at the numbers like, well, that's not really that many players. For literally the smallest platform that the game has to nearly double the record count 5 years later, not just 5 years later after release, 5 years later after they stopped updating it. The game is nearly 8 years old. They stopped support for it, and that's usually the end of it. That's usually the entire downfall. You don't see this kind of resurgence. So with this kind of resurgence, we can see the numbers over on Steam, but we can't see the numbers over on consoles and stuff. But you have to assume that there's a greater number of players over on console than PC. It's usually the case. Console is just way more accessible. They got trials and all sorts of other shit as well. All right, Luke, let's get it. So a good amount of people are saying like, yeah, no way, they're not gonna do Battlefront 3 and all this other shit. I have a little bit of faith. I am a pretty realistic person though, and don't have much faith in companies like EA, Activision, all that, because they've proven time and time again that they don't really know what the fuck they're doing, nor do they really act in like the player's best interest anyway. I'll say that there's probably like a, I don't know, 20-30% chance at the moment. We'll see how long the actual hype itself lasts. I don't think that this could just be a thing that lasts over like a week or 2 weeks. This needs to be like a consistent effort, I feel. To be honest though, it's not like Battlefront 2 is bad. Now, given it's because I haven't played the game a ton, but this shit feels very new to me. So me personally, I don't even need a Battlefront 3. I'm cool with this. This shit feels brand new. I think a Battlefront 3 could happen. Yeah, for sure. Also, if it's EA doing it, like DICE and everything, the usual things, it's very unlikely that they'll do it. But I mean, if anything's gonna help, I mean, it's gotta be some interest, right? I mean, they have to know like with the resurgence of Star Wars in general, and this is just me being mostly like a tourist slash spectator, as I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. With the success of the shows and events and all that other shit, I mean, there's a clear interest, and where they see interest, they will definitely see money. So, I mean, it all depends. To be fair, that whole grind for cash is what really made Battlefront kind of get stunted right at the start with, like, all of the different practices that they had. Could you imagine if this game didn't have all the shit that happened to it right at the start? Help me! He's behind me! Help! I did mention in one video where I said, of course it upset some people, you know, but I was just saying. From the outside looking in and the general, like, reaction to people spamming in comment sections and stuff, saying Battlefront 3, there was a whole lot of people that basically were getting annoyed at the amount of comments for Battlefront 3 on just random, completely unrelated videos. These aren't just, like, over on Battlefront videos and people are getting mad for people asking for it. No, these are, like, I'll see a video of somebody working out and somebody will end up posting a picture. It's like some AI generated meme that's just telling you Battlefront 3, spread the word. They've definitely developed a bit of an opposition to the entire movement by being annoying, right? Now, given me saying anything isn't gonna make people stop, right? People are just spreading the word. I get it. I'm not mad about it. I'm just saying it's definitely creating haters. That's all I'm saying. A lot of people had a response to me saying that it could be annoying, and they said, well, this is the way that we got them to do Skate 4. Now, here's the thing though. If you're thinking from their perspective, right? You have to operate like you have a reptile's brain, okay? Yeah, sure. You got them to start developing Skate, right? And we don't even know when Skate's gonna come out. Maybe this year, maybe next year. We don't know if there's gonna delay or what. Sure, it got them to start working on a Skate 4. I feel like if they're gonna be answering to demands from people, like a popular demand kind of thing, they believe that there's something there, right? So this is the start of it. They could believe that there's something there. I feel like if they're going to be, like, answering people's demands and shit for once, I feel like they are going to wait to see if Skate was worth it for them. Now, people can make demands, and they can start working on it, but that doesn't guarantee that people will show up to buy it. So, like, basically what I'm saying is, if Skate is a success, and it was created basically through demand, just sheer passion, I got 52 kills, not bad, I feel like then maybe EA would be more comfortable with trying to answer more demands, right? If it's a rare occasion where they're actually answering for a demand somewhere and fulfilling something that people wanted, if it ends up being not what people wanted by the time it comes out, I don't know if they'll do that again. You know what I'm saying? Now, again, obviously, I mean, Skate is a much smaller name and franchise overall, and a much more, like, niche audience. Skateboarding, a lot of people don't, like, know much about skateboarding, whereas Star Wars, it's global, it's everywhere. Obviously, there should be more of a demand for this than Skate, but I'm saying, like, in terms of metrics, will a thing that people demanded, that they decided, oh, this might be worth it, if it ends up not being worth it for them, it hurts Battlefront 3's chance. That's just my idea anyway. I'm supposing a lot, I'm assuming a lot, but to me, in my mind, if I'm operating like them, that's how I would be thinking in my head. Oh man, these animals that buy our games, they go and ask for it, and then they don't go and buy it. Fuck that, I'm never gonna answer anything again. That could totally be a thing. And also, let's just assume right now they're gathering people together for Battlefront 3. From what I've read, obviously people can go and correct me on that, I saw that DICE didn't want to work on Battlefront anymore. Does DICE even have a choice if EA were to force them to? Will DICE do a good job? Are the same people that worked on this going to still be over at DICE? There's a lot of, like, moving parts that, like, if we think about this actually happening for Battlefront 3, if we actually think about it happening, I mean, the timeline is gonna look pretty rough, I would say, because if they're working on the new Battlefield right now, and there's a lot of leaks, and it's clearly in a playable state, not in a perfect state enough to, you know, have an open beta or anything yet. Everything is still private testing and all that other stuff. There's definitely a whole lot of leaks. It's nothing in comparison to an open beta to get the, like, true reaction overall. They're working on that. This will come out. They're going to be supporting Battlefield, hopefully, for at least a few years. I assume it's named Battlefield 6, but I don't know. Then you're gonna go and have them work on this in the background somehow. And the best way I can think that they could spin it around really quickly, they take this engine, that's what they did, I assume anyway, between the first Battlefront and Battlefront 2, the 2015 to 2017 game. That's a pretty quick turnaround. 2 years to go and just produce another one. They clearly built on top of Battlefront 1, right? So they could, in theory, build a Battlefront 3 off of Battlefront 2 within a 2 to 3 year time span. But assume that Battlefield comes out and isn't some horrible, horrible thing right off rip, which I hope it's actually good, not terrible. We're probably looking at like a 2030, being generous, a 2030 release or even announcement for a Battlefront 3. I don't know. Regardless, though, it feels really cool to be a part of this whole thing. Gives people a little bit of hope, even if that means you have to look at the EA logo one more time.